I love football, European football. And with everything that's happened in the past year, it's been pretty tough for obvious reasons with the racism and the pandemic, the politics, and instances of violence. It was a tough year for everybody. But with the pandemic, it got canceled lots of sports, um, which was pretty hard for me, specifically because for a long time I've used sports, watching them or playing them to get my mind off things, to clear my mind, to forget about the troubles of the world. And with no sports games going on, and not even being able to play football with social distancing, it was a pretty hard time for me. At first, it was just boring. Then it started to get very lonely. And then depression started to set in. And when things seemed to be getting bleak, I was on YouTube, and by some miracle of the YouTube algorithm actually recommending a good video, I found a video called Soccer's Secret Revolutionary, Amr Fahmy. Amr Fahmy had been the Secretary General of the Confederation of African Football. He was Egyptian and a supporter of Al Ahly, Egypt and Africa's most successful football club, and he held one of the most powerful positions in world football. He died last year from a brain tumor at the age of 36. Amr Fahmy was able to unite all kinds of people to his ultras group: rich, poor, man, woman, secular, religious, Christian, and Muslim. Everyone was welcome and it was very inclusive. He had the ability to connect with people of different backgrounds, religions, and classes, something that was quite rare to see in Egypt, and brought an intelligence, charisma, and more importantly, a pathos to the stands. Amr Fahmy was a natural born leader, and people followed. Eventually, Amr Fahmy and his ultras group Alawi would play a pivotal role in the Egyptian revolution, overthrowing the dictator Mubarak, who, through his police, was brutalizing many citizens and many people from Fahmy's ultras group. Eventually, the revolution wouldn't last. A military coup would undo all of the great work that Amr Fahmy and his group had achieved, and eventually it would force him and his group to disband after 72 members of Alawi were murdered by the police one day. When all seemed lost, Amr Fahmy didn't give up. He would eventually move to become the Secretary General of the CAF, and from there he helped modernize the game by introducing VAR. He weeded out corruption, firing corrupt referees, and eventually he accused the president of the CAF and also vice president of FIFA of sexual harassment, bribery, and corruption, and he would win. He would get him arrested, even though he would be let go later on, but he was eventually barred and then banned from football. Amr Fahmy won, despite having to deal with a brain tumor during the middle of all of that, despite losing his job for his accusations. He didn't give up and he fought for justice and he fought for what was right. And that was just inspiring to me after living through a hellish year where nothing seemed to be going right and everything seemed like shit. But I finally felt happy. He gave me hope when nothing else was really giving me hope. And that's why Amr Fahmy means a lot to me and why more people should know about Amr Fahmy. His legacy is immortal.